Welcome to Real Love Talks. Let me ask you something. What makes intimacy unforgettable? Is it technique? Is it speed? Is it some secret move no one's told you about? The truth is, it's none of those. The real secret is in the energy you bring, the confidence, the playfulness, the connection that turns an ordinary moment into something he'll replay in his mind for years. Let's be real for a second. When it comes to intimacy, there's one subject almost everyone is curious about, yet very few people actually talk about openly, and that's oral. I know even just saying that word can make some of you blush, but stay with me here, because what I'm about to share isn't just about technique. It's about building an experience so unforgettable that he keeps replaying it in his mind long after the moment has passed. There's a huge misunderstanding out there that oral is only about getting him to the finish line as quickly as possible, but that couldn't be further from the truth. The real magic isn't just in what you do, but in how you make him feel while you're doing it. And here's the secret. Men don't only remember the act itself, they remember the energy you brought into that moment, the confidence, the playfulness, the teasing, the way you made him feel like he was the only man alive right then and there. Think about it this way. Have you ever eaten a meal where the food was good, but what made it truly unforgettable was the experience around it? The mood, the presentation, the tiny little touches that made it stand out in your memory? That's exactly how oral pleasure works. Yes, technique matters, but what makes it legendary is the passion, the creativity, the connection, and the emotional energy you put into it. And that's what today's talk is really about. I want to give you 5 powerful ideas that won't just help you feel more confident in the act itself, but will also make him crave you on a level that goes way beyond the physical. Because at the end of this, it's not only about knowing how to move your lips or your tongue, but about learning how to use your energy in a way that makes him utterly captivated by you. When it comes to intimacy, confidence is without a doubt the biggest turn on. And I'm not just saying that because it sounds nice, it's the truth. A man doesn't just feel your lips, your hands, or your tongue, he feels your vibe. If you step into that moment second-guessing yourself, overthinking every move, or worrying whether you're doing it the right way, he will sense it immediately. Men are more tuned into your energy than you realize. The more nervous or unsure you are, the harder it is for him to relax and lose himself in the experience. But here's the beautiful thing. Confidence doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean knowing 100 tricks or memorizing a playbook. Real confidence is simply about being fully present, owning the fact that you're there with him, and showing through your body language and your energy that you actually enjoy what you're doing. That enjoyment is magnetic. It pulls him in like nothing else. Think about it. When you're around someone who clearly loves what they're doing, doesn't it make you want to be part of their excitement? Intimacy works the same way. If you approach oral with curiosity, playfulness, and boldness, he'll be 10 times more turned on than if you're quietly stressing out about whether or not he's enjoying himself. What men find irresistible isn't perfection, it's enthusiasm. It's the woman who teases, who laughs, who takes her time, who looks at him like she's choosing this moment and savoring it, not just going through the motions for him. Confidence is also about guiding the moment instead of waiting for him to control everything. Something as simple as locking eyes for a second or slowing down right when he expects you to speed up shows him that you're in charge of the pleasure you're giving. And let me tell you, when a man feels like you're leading the experience, it's intoxicating. Now I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I don't feel confident? What if I'm nervous? That's completely normal. Every woman has felt that way at some point. Confidence isn't something you either magically have or don't. It's something you can build as you go. The trick is to act confident first and let the real feeling catch up later. Smile, breathe deeply, remind yourself, he's lucky to have me here right now. That small mental shift can change your entire energy. And remember, confidence isn't arrogance. It's not about acting superior. It's about knowing your worth and carrying that into the bedroom with you. Something else you need to keep in mind is this: men are not nearly as critical as you think. They're not sitting there analyzing every little move. They're lost in the sensations, in your presence, in the fact that you're giving them this gift of your attention and time. When you overthink and stress, am I doing this right? You're creating pressure that doesn't even exist. Men are actually simple in this way. They thrive when they feel the energy of a woman who is comfortable in her own skin. And honestly, that's what sticks with him. He may not recall the exact technique you used, but he will never forget the way you made him feel in that moment. So understand this: confidence isn't just one little tip, it's the base of everything else. Without it, no trick in the world will feel powerful. With it, even the simplest touch can feel electrifying. The second you let go of worrying about being perfect and instead focus on being present, you unlock an energy that makes him melt. And that's why confidence will always be the biggest turn on. Another common mistake people make when it comes to intimacy is believing it's all about speed, going fast, going hard, and racing toward the finish line. I get it. That's often how it's shown in movies or TV shows. But in real life, when the goal is to create an unforgettable experience, speed alone rarely makes it special. What truly makes him lose his mind is rhythm. Think about rhythm for a moment. Rhythm is what builds anticipation. It keeps his body guessing. It allows the whole experience to rise and fall like a wave instead of rushing like a sprint. Imagine listening to music that had no rhythm, just noise. It wouldn't matter how loud it was, it still wouldn't feel good. The same principle applies here. Men don't just want constant speed, they crave flow. They want a rhythm that pulls them deeper in. The real magic is in pacing, starting slow, being deliberate, creating a steady, sensual flow that makes him surrender. When you build it like a dance, it becomes hypnotic. What makes rhythm so powerful is contrast. If everything is fast, nothing stands out. But if you switch things up, slow and steady, then faster, then slowing again, you create a roller coaster of sensation that keeps him hooked. That unpredictability drives him crazy because he's not just experiencing pleasure, he's waiting to see what comes next. And rhythm doesn't just make him feel better, it gives you more control. When you rush, it can feel like you're just performing for him. But when you focus on rhythm, you take back ownership of the pace, and that changes the entire dynamic. When you hold his eyes with yours, you're not just giving him physical pleasure, you're letting him feel picked, desired, and wanted in a way nothing else communicates so clearly. It's bold, it's intimate, and it makes him feel like you're sharing a hidden moment only the two of you can understand. And then comes teasing. Teasing is like a secret tool of intimacy. Why? Because it builds suspense. Imagine watching a film and just as the big reveal is about to happen, the screen cuts away. You lean forward, craving to see more. Teasing does the same thing. When you pause, when you pull back just a little, when you look up and smile before carrying on, that's what makes his whole body long for you. That hunger, that craving is what makes the release later so much more intense. Teasing is not about holding back for the sake of it, it's about timing. It's about giving him just enough so that he aches for more. You're basically saying, I set the pace here, and I'm going to make sure you love every single moment. That confidence, that sense of control, is addictive for him. It changes the moment from just a physical act into an experience, one where he feels guided by your energy. Think about how powerful it is to slow things down right when he doesn't expect it, to pause for just an instant, look at him, let a little smile cross your face, and then carry on with the rhythm you've created. That pause, that sudden shift in pace, makes him value every single move so much more. It's like multiplying anticipation by 10. He'll be hanging on, totally at your mercy, waiting for you to decide when the rhythm starts again. That's the kind of thing that burns itself into his memory. Another vital part of rhythm is variety. Just like a beautiful piece of music combines beats and melodies, your rhythm can weave together different moves and touches. It's not about switching everything every second, but about layering in changes so it feels like a journey. When he senses the rhythm building, easing, and rising again, it amplifies everything he feels. It sends his body a signal: stay here, because something unforgettable is about to happen. And here's the truth most people overlook. Men don't need you to do anything extreme. They don't need wild speed or constant movement. What they crave most is rhythm, flow, and the feeling that you're tuned into them. That's what makes them hold on to the memory, not only as physical satisfaction, but as emotional connection. So if you take away just one thing, let it be this: it isn't a race, it's a dance. It's not about being the quickest, it's about being the most in sync. And when you master rhythm, you give him an experience that no amount of speed could ever provide. You make him feel not only pleasured, but also guided through something unforgettable. When people talk about intimacy, most imagine it as purely physical, the touches, the movements, the sensations. But here's the deeper truth. Some of the strongest moments of intimacy don't involve touch at all. They are born from connection. And one of the most underrated ways to create this connection is through teasing and holding eye contact. Many of you are probably already smiling because you know exactly how powerful this can be. There's something magnetic about meeting someone's eyes during a moment when words fall away, but everything important is still being said. Here's why eye contact carries such force. It sends a message straight to his mind that says, I am right here with you, I see you, I want you. That's not only physical arousal, that's emotional fire. Men are often called visual creatures, and that's true, but even more than that, they are emotional beings who respond deeply to being seen and wanted. Teasing ties perfectly with this. It's not about rushing, it's about building, giving him just a taste, then stepping back so his desire swells. It's about making him feel like he's on a ride, not simply racing to the finish. And here's the little secret. Men actually enjoy this far more than they admit. They may pretend they just want things quick and heated, but what stays with them long after is the memory of being teased, of being wanted so much that you stretched out the moment. When you combine teasing with eye contact, you take things to a higher level. Picture it. You pause, look into his eyes, and give him that small smile that says, I know exactly what I'm doing to you. That alone can make his knees feel weak. You're not just giving him pleasure through your body, you're giving him a thrill that works on his mind as well. Never underestimate the power of your expressions. A playful grin, a curious look, or closing your eyes as if you're lost in the feeling yourself. All of these small gestures heighten what he experiences. It's not just about what he feels on his skin, it's about what he believes you're feeling inside. When he sees you enjoying it, when he notices that spark in your eyes, he understands this isn't just for him, it's for both of you. That's why teasing and eye contact are everything. They shift the moment from a physical act into an exchange of emotions. They make him feel seen, desired, and playfully teased in a way that sharpens every sensation. And in the end, that's what separates just another memory from an experience that echoes in his thoughts for days, weeks, even years. So don't think it's only about the tongue or the hands. Sometimes it's about the pauses, the eyes, and the playful spark you bring. That's what makes him lose himself in you, not only in that moment, but long after it has passed. When most people think of oral, they narrow the focus down to one thing, the tongue. And yes, your tongue is key, no doubt. But here's the hidden truth most women don't realize. If you lean only on your tongue, you miss out on creating something that could be 10 times stronger. Real intimacy isn't built from just one part of you. It's built from your whole self, your presence, your energy, your body joining together in the moment. Think about it. Our senses don't work alone. They're connected. If you stimulate only one, it feels nice but limited. But when you awaken more than one sense, when you start layering them, that's when the experience becomes something unforgettable. That's what happens when you bring in more than just your tongue, your hands, your breath, your voice, even the subtle movement of your body. All of these things add layers to the pleasure he feels. Take your hands, for example. They're often underestimated. The way you touch, the way you guide, the way you apply pressure or softly hold him, those things send messages beyond physical feeling. They communicate closeness, presence, and intimacy. It makes him feel cared for, safe, and deeply connected with you. And when your hands move together in harmony with your tongue, it forms a rhythm that overwhelms his senses in the most thrilling way. Then comes your breathing. Something as small as the way you breathe can build anticipation in him. A warm exhale, a slow pause, even the sound of your breath creates an atmosphere that draws him closer into the moment. It's intimate, it's gentle, but it is unbelievably powerful because it reminds him this isn't robotic, this is alive, this is real, this is you. Your voice is another secret tool you carry. You don't have to say much. A soft moan, a playful laugh, or even whispering something teasing in his ear can push him over the edge. Why does it work so strongly? Because your voice goes straight to his emotions. It reminds him that you're here, that you're enjoying it, and that it isn't just for him, but also for you. That's what makes him crave you, not only the act. And then there's your whole body language, the way you place yourself, how you move, the way you lean closer or gently pull back with intention. All of these small gestures speak something deeper. They show that you are leading, that you're guiding the moment. And when a man feels that you're using not just your tongue but your full presence with confidence, it drives him crazy with desire. At the heart of this is creating an immersive experience. He's not just feeling one thing, he's feeling everything all at once. Your touch, your voice, your energy, your breathing, your movements, all flowing together. That is what makes it unforgettable. That is what makes him feel lost in you completely. And that is what makes the difference between a moment he enjoys and a memory he replays in his mind again and again. So don't limit yourself. Yes, your tongue is powerful, but when you add your hands, your breath, your voice, and your body, you take the whole experience to another level. You turn it into something that isn't about a simple release, but about total surrender, mind, body, and soul. And once he feels that, he will never forget it. Most people think of oral as a means to an end. The goal is the climax, right? But the truth that separates an ordinary moment from an unforgettable one is that it's not really about the release. It's about the bond you create during the process. Pleasure is important, yes, but connection is what makes it unforgettable. That's what makes him feel that what you shared wasn't just physical, it was emotional, personal, even soulful. Think of the difference between eating a quick snack on the go and sitting down to a carefully cooked dinner with someone you love. Both feed you, but one nourishes you on a deeper level. One creates a memory, a sense of care, and a feeling of being valued. That's exactly what's happening here. When you approach oral with the focus on connection rather than only the result, it changes everything. So how do you bring that connection alive? It begins with your energy. If you show up like it's something you're forced to do or just to please him, he will notice right away. But if you're present, if you are genuinely enjoying giving as much as he is enjoying receiving, then everything changes. Your energy says, I want this moment with you. I choose to be here. And that feeling makes him feel chosen in a way that is deeply powerful. Connection also grows when you practice mindfulness. Instead of rushing, slow down, tune into him, notice his reactions, listen to the changes in his breathing, feel the way his body responds. When you adjust to those responses, when you are careful and intentional, it communicates care. It shows him, I am paying attention to you. I am not just going through the motions. That level of attention builds closeness that lasts far longer than the moment itself. There is also the power of vulnerability. Oral can be one of the most intimate acts because it requires trust from both sides. When you lean into that trust, when you allow it to be tender, playful, and real, you strengthen the bond between you. You're not just sharing pleasure, you're sharing openness, closeness, and trust. That's what makes the connection grow far beyond the physical. Another key part of this connection is letting him see your own enjoyment. Men don't just want to feel good physically, they want to know you are excited too. When you show him that you're genuinely enjoying giving, it reassures him. It makes the act become something you share together, not something done for one side only. That's what ties him to you emotionally, not only physically. At the end of the day, release is temporary, but connection lasts. If you only focus on the climax, yes, he will enjoy it, but it won't necessarily bond him with you. But if you focus on creating intimacy with eye contact, playfulness, care, and presence, he will remember that moment as one of the most meaningful of his life. Oral isn't just about skill, it's about soul. It's about showing up with your full self, your confidence, your passion, your attention, your openness. That's what makes the experience not only pleasurable, but unforgettable. That's what makes him not just climax with you, but come back again and again for the connection he feels with you that no one else gives him. The bottom line is this: it's not about fancy tricks or racing to the end. What makes oral unforgettable is the rhythm, the teasing, the play, and the way you bring your full presence into the act. Not just your tongue, but your hands, your breath, your voice, your eyes, your confidence, your energy. That's what turns it from a simple physical act into a memory that stays with him. Because in the end, it's not just about making him finish, it's about making him feel chosen, wanted, and connected to you in a way no one else can copy. And when you reach that level, you don't just satisfy him, you bond him to you. You build intimacy that makes him long for you, not just the act. If this connects with you and you want to keep building the kind of skills that make you unforgettable in love, here's what I want you to do. Hit that like button so I know this has helped you. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss another video on creating deeper attraction and connection. And in the comments, let me know which of these tips you're most excited to try. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And always remember, the real secret isn't just in technique, it's in the confidence and energy you bring into the moment. That's what makes a man obsessed with you, not only in the bedroom, but in the relationship as a whole. So step into your confidence, own your power, and give him a reason not just to come once, but to keep coming back to you again and again. So in the end, unforgettable intimacy isn't about tricks, speed, or perfection. It's about confidence, rhythm, connection, and the energy you bring into the moment. When you stop focusing on performance and start focusing on presence, you don't just please him, you bond with him. And that's what makes you unforgettable, not just for a night, but in his heart and memory long after.